Good evening, and welcome to episode 13 of Monday Evening with Alex and Luke.
We are in a shower right now.
A shower in the extended stay just outside of Kansas City, Kansas.
It's very true. How did we get here, Luke?
We drove an awful lot.
We started this week in Austin, Texas.
And from there, we drove to Norman, Oklahoma.
It was a bit of a hike. Then we dropped your mom off in Oklahoma City.
Drove on to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I loved it. And then we drove from Tulsa to...
Well, we dipped into Arkansas at Siloam Springs really briefly.
And then all the way up to Lawrence, Kansas, and now we're in Kansas City, Kansas.
Our favorite sleep this week wasn't in a hotel.
No, it was in a home. A beautiful home.
It was a beautiful home with a beautiful guest room.
And it was in Austin, Texas. We stayed with Brooke and Scott Raymond. Scott Raymond, the co-founder of Goala.
That's right.
Software we use an awful lot. It was just a wonderful night's stay.
It was so kind of them to open their home to us. I couldn't believe it.
They also opened their hearts, I'd say.
I would say so as well. And they gave us really good coffee and really good suggestions for Kansas, where we are right now.
We literally spent 24 hours with Brooke.
Yeah, she was awesome.
So
was Scott.
And maybe that's why our favorite city is the way it is this week. Our favorite city this week was Austin, Texas.
Why was it Austin, Texas, Luke?
I'm not sure. It has to do with probably a mix of the beautiful home we stayed at. My mom also took us to a resort just outside of Austin that was wonderful. Barton Creek.
Yeah.
And then the food trucks.
Yeah, the food trucks were the coolest thing ever.
Being Canadian, maybe you don't know, Austin has all these trucks for tacos, donuts, and even fine food.
Anything that you want, there's a food truck for it. And they have these communities of food trucks that all, like, congregate together.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I love it. And what was this, 6th Street?
6th Street was the street with all the music and
pretty
the bars.
cool, but my highlight had to be our visit to the Goala office, which was so cool.
Yeah, very
They gave us a new phone so we can use our GPS, which is
guys.
so nice. I loved Austin. That's I don't know.
It was a cool city. My favorite part of Texas, for sure.
Of course. Texas is big, but if you go to one spot...
Go to Austin.
Texas. Alex?
Yes, Luke?
What was your favorite attraction this week?
It was in Austin.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mine was in Austin.
What was yours?
The Barton Creek Springs Pool.
So was mine.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah?
Sure.
It's got a natural bottom on it. It's the coldest body of water we've been in.
For a long time.
And it was wonderful. It's so hot. We're not used to the heat. And putting my body in that pool was a piece of delight.
Dove right in, and then we stood there for like 2 hours talking with Brooke, who's the nicest person ever.
If you go to Austin, Texas, which we hope you do, because it's wonderful, that's a definite must stop. It was suggested by this many people, and it's amazing. We drove a long time. We drove all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Siloam Springs, Arkansas to satisfy the fact that we had to go to Arkansas and then drove straight out. But that detour added about 3 hours onto our trip that day.
And that was your favorite moment?
No, but like we drove for 6, 7 hours, maybe 8 hours, 12 hours, no, about 8 hours. And we knew that there was something good at the end. We were meeting up with people that have supported us from the start, at Oxfordist and Lauren Keats, so Jessica and Lauren, and Brian was there as well.
Yeah,
so
Brian Notes.
Correct. And we had Indian food, and it was just a really great moment to drive through a horrible thunderstorm. But we met people, and they liked us already, and we got to talk, and it was just a great moment.
Always a good moment when you pull up and see friendly faces that you know from online.
The thing we learned this week was taught to us in Bricktown in Oklahoma City. Joni Time took us on a canal tour of Bricktown, and we had a tour guide who then looked us up on Twitter, and his name is @ShaneHamp. And he taught us this.
He taught us why Oklahoma is called the Sooner State.
Interesting fact. So Oklahoma was a bunch of unclaimed land around Oklahoma City. So there's tribal land all around it, and there was unclaimed land in the middle. People were able to claim land by driving down on their horses.
It was a race.
A race to land. When you threw your flag down, then you claimed the land, and then you could take your, thing
Basically, you took the coordinates back, you claimed your land.
So basically you can claim land.
But the reason why it's called the Sooner State was because some people went before the race to claim their land overnight, and they were called the Sooners.
Because they went sooner than everyone else. And they are cheaters.
Good story, though.
I love the story. Did you get it, or was it too confusingly told?
If you don't get it, watch the movie with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, which your mom says was about that.
Correct. They get shot.
That's a shame.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Our favorite meal this week happened in Oklahoma City.
In the Stockyard District at a restaurant called Cattleman's, suggested to us by Visit OKC on Twitter, and then once again when we pulled in our flashy car to the parking lot and two people saw it and said, "Someone told you to eat here?" We said yes. They said, "Best restaurant in town."
So we were very excited. And when we got inside, I was even more excited. The decor was hilarious.
And the steaks were $7, but tasted like $1 million.
It was amazing.
Thank you, Cattleman's. You put good steak in my mouth, and it's one of the 1,000 places you're supposed to visit before you die.
Great, we can tick it off our list.
Hey, we have a new feature this week. It's a great new feature. I'm surprised we haven't done it up until now, and it makes a ton of sense.
Yes, favorite song of the week.
So it's the song that we've been listening to the most, the sound that's kind of soundtracked our week. You heard it for a bit at the start of the show. At Joni Time loved it in the car. I think she put it on her iTunes playlist, and it is
Vampire Weekend.
And the song is Cape Cod Kwassa Kwassa. Not sure if that's pronounced correctly. This is what it sounds like.
Copyright issues.
10 seconds. It's a good song. Check out Vampire Weekend. I'm sure you know them, but that's my favorite song.
Yeah, and Joni's favorite song too.
Let's check it out. Thanks, Mike Harper, for the suggestion.
Thanks for watching episode 13 of Monday Evening with Alex and Luke.
alexandluke.com
3, 2, 1. What was it?
I got stuck on the box.